helping people to identify what that negative talk actually is, because a lot of the time people are completely unaware that they're actually involving themselves in negative talk. So sometimes it just takes somebody from the outside to give them a bit of a heads up and let them know, hey, did you just realise that what you've just said is quite negative towards yourself? It's showing a very low level of respect for yourself. And helping people to understand that, you know, first and foremost, they have to be able to respect themselves before they're going to be able to produce respect for other people.
We talked about external and internal triggers, and some of the external ones, you know, things that may be out of your control, other people around you, negativity. A big one as Aboriginal people is racism and how other people view you and things that happen. And I guess personally, I try not to let that affect me too much when it comes to racism, but we have, you know, other family members that have problems and they come to you and it makes it really hard to deal with.
Racism is number one, for starters. Like, there's a lot of it going around. Like, we're trying to build up our self-esteem, but we get knocked back down, and our self-esteem goes really low, and you're trying to build back up again. Depression. Like, was depressed when I first started working because I didn't think I was good enough at doing my job. And I sort of fell in that little circle of depression and anxiety. And it really hurts, and sometimes it's belief, culture, religion too.
From previous experience in relation to domestic violence, and you might be in a situation and you're in love with the person and they keep hurting you and you don't want to leave that situation because you love that person, but you go back and then you think, why do I keep going back? And then you feel less strong and less empowered, I guess. But you want to keep that family connection, and then that sort of brings you down. And it's happened to me. Again, you're not good enough. People must think I'm an idiot. And it's really hard to explain to other people, you know, the cycle of domestic violence and trying to get out of that situation. And now I'm not in that situation, but when I see other people, I get a bit cranky with them. Even though I've been through it, I get cranky and I think, why don't they, or they can't see that they're in that situation, and you're trying to explain you are in a domestic violence situation and what are you doing?
Yeah. It's like that you're in that state of mind that you're no good, you know. You say you're no good, no one's going to want you, and then you sort of think, oh, maybe I am no good. Maybe, you know, I need to stay here with him, you know, he's my rock. But it doesn't work that way. You can get out and do things on your own.
When I hear young ones saying, no, I don't want to do that, that's shame, that's embarrassing, and simply starting that negative process of that's too embarrassing makes them start thinking it's too embarrassing, I can't do it, and that leads to them not actually getting engaged and actually taking part in programs or events that can be of great benefit to them.
I think the main one is probably drugs and alcohol, self-medicating, destructive behaviours or dangerous behaviours, because you may not, and sometimes you think, well, you know, in regards to suicidal thoughts, you think people wouldn't miss me if I'm not here.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I run across the road, if I get hurt or I get killed, it doesn't matter. Gambling, I know gambling's one of the, you know, the things I've learned over my life. It's an escape route. And then that's a whole other sort of situation on its own, because you gamble all your money, you can't pay the rent. Then you think you're going to be homeless, and then you think, I'm an idiot, why did I do that? What am I going to do about it? How can I get out of it? And it becomes that cycle again of trying to think, why did I gamble all my money? Why did I keep drinking? Because the more you drink, the more you're less inhibited about your gambling.
You lose your self-esteem, like you hit rock bottom, and like there's no way out but to do those things. Like
A negative action, maybe you become abusive to other people, you're less understanding because you're in such a bad place that you don't think what you're doing, or you don't understand how you're affecting other people, especially children or people around you. If you're screaming and yelling, you know, it becomes a cycle. You think negative, you do negative, you feel bad, and you keep going around until you get into that really tight circle of how do I get out? And it takes a lot of energy on your part and people around you to help overcome that.
It's just as easy to get out of that cycle as it was to get in, but it takes commitment and it takes reforming a habit, relearning positive habits. So every time that they're saying something negative, pulling themselves up and actually turning that into something positive, so that they start thinking more positively and hopefully therefore acting more positively.
What we're doing with the cultural, social and emotional well-being and making sure that people, Aboriginal people, can't stay in the past. We need to be able to show that there's a whole world to go for, and that they need to reach out and take whatever they can to improve themselves. They need to forgive, they need to celebrate culture, they need to go back and maybe find their languages, go back on country and experience what it might have been like. It's about developing memories for the kids so that the memories aren't bad, the memories are good memories. Then they grow up with knowing that.
trying to build up the self-esteem with me, myself, every morning when I get up, go to work. I'd say, oh, it's going to be a good day today, and I'll go in, put my music on in the morning and start dancing. I had the music really loud, so when I'm at work, it's just like, it comes off me. I'm going to work and I'm smiling. They say, oh, what are you happy about? I said, oh, because it's going to be a good day. And
To give yourself permission to shine, because if you do that, you're giving other people permission. And when I started doing Welcome to Country, and I was approached by the Land Council, and my first comment was, I can't do that, I'm not an elder, that's not appropriate. And through a series of events and getting permission, then I started to do that, and I'm in a better place now, and I represent community and culture, and I feel really good about that. And I think that reflects on people around me. People want to hang around me, people want to be my friend, and they tell me all the time that they're proud of me, so that lifts me up.
So yeah, negative self-talk, we can't look at negative self-talk because the history is so negative. We need to look at the positive aspects of changing a people.
you can better yourself, you're a better person. Always think positive and stuff. Never think negative.
Strong, black,
Strong,
and proud.
black and proud. Yeah.